log. Okay, this is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. Okay, now if I save it, I come back and reload. Reloading the page. Where is the response? In order to see the message, what is being thrown by the console, you need to inspect the page and you need to go under the console tab. The messages, whatever we need to be logged under the console, will be displayed under the console tab. Okay, see here, these are the messages what I got. Am I waiting for the, do I need to pass the first message in order to see the second message? No, at a time I could able to see it. But the same thing not with your alert message. In your alert, I need to say, okay, okay, okay. Then only I will go with the further. Are we clear, boss? Everyone. Nice. Okay. So I recommend instead of going with the alert, you simply go with the console. Okay. What is the other use of this console block? What is the other use of this console tab? What is the other use of console tab? Guys, no one understood anything in the online classes? If any errors, whenever we have any type of syntactical errors within the page, what do you mean by syntactical error? What do you mean by syntactical error? Every programming language will give some set of rules and regulations for you. As per JavaScript, whenever you want to declare a variable, you need to say var, variable name, comma, variable 2, comma, variable 3. What if I am not following the rule? Now, when I'm removing the comma, am I following the rule here? No, I'm skipping the rule here. When you are skipping the rule, what you need to follow in your JavaScript, that is what we call it a syntactical error. Now, when I save this guy, I come back and I will be reloading the page. So I don't see things are getting executed. So how do I go? So anytime you're working with your JavaScript, it is recommended that you inspect that, go to the console. You should be able to see the list of all the syntactical errors, whatever you have in your current application. Are we clear? Everyone? Okay, now if you see, it is so clear that uncaught syntactical error, unexpected identifier, second value. Boss, when there are two variables, you need to put a comma here. Okay. Now, when I come back and I reload, I should see the result. Now, again, I'm missing the plus separator here. I come back and reload. Again, it is an error. So anytime you need to make your application to get executed, the first thing is you need to make sure it is syntactical error free. If there is any syntactical error, you can't run the application. Are we good? Okay. So this is where you're putting this. I think these all are the topics what we are discussing till now. Now everyone is so clear. Anyone still have question? Please feel free to raise your hand, guys. Yeah. Because we are executing JavaScript only, right? There is no way HTML, CSS is not compiled. That is the reason we can't see the errors. Only JavaScript errors are the one which you could able to see under your debugger window, under the console tab. Next. Come on, guys. Any piece of question. If you again still say me that, boss, I'm not understanding, again, I'll repeat it. I'm fine with this. But I don't want to go forward until you understand this. Online. Okay, Sachin, does it follow BODMAS? Anyone knows what I mean by BODMAS? What is that? Whenever you are evaluating any mathematical expression, by default, they are following something called as BODMAS rule. So what do you mean by BODMAS? BODMAS in the sense, now you know, I will say var a is equal to say some 90 into 30 plus 23. What is going to happen? It will execute the multiplication first. Among these two operators, who is having the priority? Multiplication is going to have the priority. So 90 into 30 plus 23 is going to happen. So even though you say, for example, 90 plus 30 into 23. So what is going to happen? 30 into 23 plus 90 is going to happen. But what if I say something called as braces here? Now, first thing, braces will be given the priority. So B indicates braces, O indicates off, D indicates division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So this is the priority of the operators which will be used here. Okay. Sachin, hope you're clear with the question. BODMAS is strictly followed in any of the programming language. Not only C, anywhere you go, any programming language, BODMAS rule will be strictly followed. Okay, Kushal. How to show, open your file? Kushal, okay, it's simple, right? Anytime you want to run the things from your server, I need to go with your 830. I need to start my server. How do you start your server? I simply say CMD shortcut. It will be opening in your so-and-so folder. What's the command to start your server? Everyone, full form of NPM. Everyone, node package manager. Repeat again. Once again. This repeat you already did, again you forgot. Okay, so I say npm start. Okay, it will show you. Don't say that. Already existing. I think another server is already running here. No, not this guy. My other 7am is also running under the port. Same port number, you cannot run multiple. I think I already started it, right? No, 830 itself, I already started. Okay, now when I say npm start, it says the message 8081. Now, what is the way you need to run the server? You need to remove the files until you're public. Remove this guy, localhost colon 8081. This is how it is. Hope I'm clear with the question, Kushal. So what is this console is not displayed on the web page? Chandrasekhar, console itself is not displayed on the page, right? Console itself is, if you want to see the messages which are being consoled, you need to open the debugger window and you need to see it on the console only. This is for the development purpose only, guys. Okay, it is not for the real time. When you go to the actual web page real time usage, you're not going to use the console. Have you ever seen that Amazon will ask you that, boss, open the console and see the price of the product? No. Okay, for now, we are just stopgap solution we are looking into. In future, when I go with the document object or DHTML, at the time, I'll show you how do you see on the page. Is JavaScript is not strongly typed language? It is strictly typed language, Roshan. Okay, it is strictly typed language. So what do you mean by typed language? There is a difference between, now I say something called as var a is equal to say some 90, and I say var a is equal to say some 99. These two are having two different variables. Okay, it is strictly typed. Any more questions?
Sir, if we give the same variable name, does it work, sir?
Could you please repeat your question again?
If we give same variable name, does it work?
Yes, it will work, right? Now, when I say something called as var again a is equal to 99. So initially, the latest value will be considered. Okay. Yeah. Can we go forward, guys? These are all the things what we already discussed. Okay. Write a program. Not me, you guys. Write a program to find multiplication of two variables. I want you to take two variables, find the multiplication and show the result using the console. I want everyone to try it out, guys. I think I asked you to do this already, right? Who all have already done the practice? You all are bad, remaining are very good students, strictly following my rules, right? Everyone throws a beautiful smile. Sorry, ma'am. Question is to find out the multiplication of two numbers and show it back using your console.log. We have already done with the addition of numbers. I'm asking you to find out the multiplication. Guys, for the people who already have an experience with the programming, you might be thinking that it is too much of basics, addition, subtraction and all. But in order to go to the advanced, I need to cover these, guys. Okay. For sure, we are going with the advanced features like dynamic data, lot of classes, objects and all. But I mean, in order to, by keeping everyone in my mind, I need to cover the things from the basic. Okay, don't feel bored if I'm covering this very, very small things here. We go to the logical things also. Where is the result? You need to show it, right? Console log result. You need to show it back. Okay. Done. Nice. Done. Very nice. Good. Boys, very, very good. Done, ma'am. Done. Done, ma'am. Ma'ams, everyone done? Anyone having question on this? Just a operator need to be changed. The simple change, what I need to do is, instead of this, I need to put it as asterisk. Don't use that X mark, guys. In your mathematics, generally we do that multiplication as X mark, but in your computers, it is asterisk. Okay. And someone asked me the question saying that, boss, what if it is not working as percentile? Okay. So I say A is equal to something called as 90. And I say B is equal to say something called as 10. Now I say A percentile B. What is the result? The result is 9. Whenever you say percentile, percentile is not a percentage operator in your program, in your programming. Percentile indicates a modulus operator. Modulus operator in the sense it will give you the remainder. But when I say A slash B, you know, A modulus B is 0, right? The remainder is 0. Coefficient is 9. Okay, there is a difference between the percentile operator and slash operator. Percentile is a modulus operator. Slash is a coefficient. Okay, if at all you want to get the coefficient, you will be using the slash. Vamsi, you saved the memory of one variable instead of taking result variable result and you put it in the B itself. Nice. Nice, guys. Looks good. Okay, fine. Hope everyone is good up to this. I am assuming that you are expertise up to this. I know that the small 2 topics, but you are expertise on this. Everyone. Ma'am, you're busy in talking. Not expertise. Okay. So if you have any questions, please ask me, guys. I feel I can answer better. Okay. Let us say type of method. Okay. So let's see this example, guys. There is a way, guys. You finish it out and tell me, then I will start. Done? Can I start? Thank you. Okay. So when I say var username equal to some Tina, what is the data type of username? Integer. It is a string. As we discussed, anything which is within the single colon or double colon, we treat it as a string here. Super fine. I say var user age equal to say something called as 30. What is the data type of user age here? Integer. Okay. I say var is fee paid equal to true. What is the data type? Boolean. Why I'm putting semicolon at every line? Semicolon indicates end of that line. Mandatory to keep it. It is an optional in your JavaScript. You give it or you don't give it, it is going to work the same. Super fine. Now I say, I have said to you guys saying that, boss, this is string, it is inverted commas, this is number, this is Boolean. Now, what if I want to understand, or I want to see what your JavaScript is understanding it as? Okay, I want to see that. I want to see what JavaScript is treating that variable as. So there is a method which is called as type of method. I already said this. How can you call it as a method? Any variable which is opening and ending with a closing flower, opening and closing braces. Can I call it as a method? Alert is a method. Console.log is a method. Yes. So like this, type of is one of the method. What this type of method is doing, it is capable of take me a variable. You give me a variable. I will tell you what type of data it is holding. Okay. Give me a variable. I will tell you what type of data it is holding. Now I say console.log type of, what is the type of username? Can you tell me what could be the expected result? It should be string. Now, if you see here, open in the default browser, when I inspect this guy, you see under the console, the value, what we got it as string. We are not saying that, the system itself saying that I am treating username as a string. Super fine. Now I say type of user age. Can you tell me what it could be? It is number. There is no concept of integer in your JavaScript. Okay, we never call it as an integer, we call it as a number. Super fine. I say something called var average. I say AVG equal to say some 67.90. Okay. Now I say type of average. Can you tell me what actually it is? In your JavaScript, there is no concept of decimals and floats. Either it is a decimal variable or a numeric value. Everything is treated as a number. Okay, this is again a good interview question, guys. Is there is integer supported in your JavaScript? No. Either it is a decimal variable or a normal variable. Both are treated as a number. Okay. Now, in the same way, what if I say is fee paid? Everyone, it is Boolean. Now, if I keep this guy in inverted commas, then it is going to become as a string. Okay, Boolean should not be kept inside a string. Super fine. I say var something called as total. What is the data type of total? Did we add any value to this total? No. In your other technologies, when you're declaring a variable, you're trying to access that guy, it says an error. But in case of JavaScript, variable which is declared but not assigned anything is called as undefined. This is one of the speciality in your JavaScript, that undefined is also one of the data type in your JavaScript. Okay, undefined is never a data type in your other technologies, but undefined is also one of the data type in your JavaScript. Now, if I ask you, what are the list of data types JavaScript supporting? What are the list of data types what JavaScript is supporting? It is supporting integers, right? No, it is supporting numbers. Okay, next. Strings it is supporting. Do we have any characters? No, either it is a single character or group of characters. We treat it as a string. There is no character data type in your JavaScript. We have Boolean. We have undefined. We have something called as function. We have something called as null. We have something called as object also. These data types, we are going to see it later. This is again speciality in your JavaScript, guys. Function is also one of the data type in your JavaScript. We can assign functions also to the variables. That is the reason function is also data type in your JavaScript. Okay. Example. Now, if I say, can I call alert is a function? Alert is a function, right? Now, if I ask the system that what is alert, boss? If I ask the system what is alert, it is saying that function. It is one of the data type in your JavaScript. Am I clear? Yes. Okay. Remaining things, null. Where is this? Remaining things, null and object. I'm going to discuss it later. Okay. Null object will be coming when we actually come to the objects, JSON objects, etc. At the time I'm going to discuss. So this is a very, very good interview question, guys. People will ask you, what are the list of data types which are being supported in your JavaScript? Okay. Any questions, online students? Anusha, what is the range of numbers? Anusha, in your JavaScript, there is no range. As we discussed, we don't need to specify the range. It all depends upon the system bit information. If your system is capable of storing 16-digit number, 32-digit number, 64-digit number, you can just create it. There is no limit by default. When we can use undefined, sir. Tabu, we are not using it undefined here. What we are saying is, when I'm discussing, please concentrate here. When I'm answering the questions, it's again the technical discussion only, right? Do you think any nonsense has been discussed? Concentrate here, guys. It's really interrupting. When we use undefined, in general, we never use undefined. What we are saying is any variable which is being declared, but we are not assigning anything, we call it as an undefined. Okay, we don't make use of it. In what context will null data type will be used? As I said to you, Sanjana, we need to talk about the objects. First of all, I need to talk about objects, and then I need to talk about the null and all. Okay, so right now we are parking it. We'll do it later. Hemalata, as we know, JavaScript is taking by default what is the type of the value, but what is the use of type method here? Hemalata, okay, what she's saying is, we know that JavaScript is by default taking that type here. When I say something called as a equal to 90 or 990, I know that by default is taking it as a number. Now what she's saying that, then what is the use of type method? Type method is helping what JavaScript is treating. There are some cases, right? There are some cases that, boss, if the variable value is a number, you do this. If it is a string, convert into number. So there are some cases, if I ask you that when it is a number, you do this. When it is a string, you do this. So how do you get to know that whether it is holding a number or whether it is holding a string? So we will be using the type of method. Type of method is helping us to understand what type of data a variable is holding. You may ask me a question that, boss, when you say that a equal to 990, you are the developer, you are assigning the value. You know that it is number. Why the reason to go with the type of method? Then that case will be coming. Sometimes the data will be coming from the server. Someone else is going to throw the data for you. Server is throwing the data of the A value to you. Now, do you know what type of data type A is holding? No. Then I need to know dynamically what type of data has come. In that case, you go with the type of. Right now, we are hard coding the data. We know that what type of data we are using. But when we go into the future, we will be replacing all the hard coded data from the user given data or from the data dynamically from the server. In that case, we never know what type of data we are receiving. Then we will be using the type of method to check what type of data that variable is holding. Are we clear, Anusha? Sorry, Sanjana? Sorry, I think who asked this? Yeah, sorry, Hemalata. Any other questions? Can we go forward? Online students, can we go forward? Yes, no? Okay. Offline, are we good? Okay, guys, I mean, that day I have already discussed about this type of variable. Sorry, type of we haven't discussed, variable declaration and all. Now, are you guys are clear? Earlier, whatever the questions you have, is it been cleared? Yes. Yes. Earlier you had a question. Earlier you had a doubt. Earlier you had a doubt. Then why I repeated it? Just for time's sake. Earlier you had a doubt. Yes. Then why didn't you ask me? You should have asked me, right? I actually understood this and I repeated. But if you have a question, I already told the same thing, guys. If you have an issue, you can simply ask me that, boss, you need to repeat this or you need to explain this. Again, as I already said, you don't use the word repeat. You specifically say that, okay, this line we didn't understood. You need to re-explain that. Okay, so please do that, guys. Don't take it as a like acceptance that whatever I say, okay, it is done in the sense not done. Until it is not injected to your mind with all the questions clarified, don't allow me to go to the next topic. Okay, you're a very good student that you're allowing me to go to the next topic even though you're not understanding. So please don't do that for your sake. How about asterisk character? Asterisk is not a character, Balke. It is a symbol, right? It is an operator, arithmetic operator. Okay, Sanjay, to print the output equal to alert, the sum is result. Yeah, obviously not to print the output, we'll be using the alert. Again, as I said you, alert, we generally don't use it in the real time. For now, stopgap solution, we are using this alert because we are not yet done with the DHTML coding. Can I go forward? Online students? Sir, we have only one hyphen var for declaration. Yes, Roshan. There is no other way data type or a keyword to declare the variables. Only var is the keyword. Offline, are we good? What is the next topic, guys? Typecasting. Okay. So what do you mean by typecasting? What do you mean by typecasting? Any idea? Awesome. Converting the data type of one variable into another data type, we call it as a typecasting. Okay, let us see this guy practically. Okay, I say var a is equal to say some 90. If I say console.log type of a, what is the data type of a here? It is expected that it has to show me as a number. When we inspect this, go to console, it says it as a number. Super fine. Now I say var b is equal to say something called as 55. What is expected? It is string. Reload it. It is saying it as a string. Now I want to convert the data type of b from string to number. Okay, my expectation is I want to change the data type of this variable b from string to number. So how you're going to do that? So the concept of changing the data type of one variable into another, it could be string to number, number to decimal, it could be anything. If we are changing the data type of one variable into another data type, we simply call it as a typecasting. Okay, how do you convert the string into a number? We say b is equal to parse int of b. ParseInt is another predefined method which is supported in your JavaScript. We already seen three methods, guys. What are the three methods we have seen in your JavaScript? Alert is the method, console.log is the method, typeof is the method. The fourth method what we are looking into is parseInt, is a predefined method which will take any string and convert into number. Don't get confused. You may say that why it is saying int, because integers is not supported, right? The naming is like that. It doesn't mean that we are supporting the integer data type. Okay. Now, if I see earlier, when I say type of b at line number 17, what is this? At line number 17, what is the data type of b? What is the data type of b at line number 17? String. What is the data type of b at line number 19 should be? Number or integer? Integer. Integer. Obviously integer not supported in your JavaScript. Now, when I reload this page, earlier it was string. Now it has become number. Are we clear? Next, on the top, I say something called as var avg is equal to some 34.56. Now, if I say type of avg, what is type of avg? Line number, see the line number 20. Now you answer at line number 21. Everyone, it is string because you keep it in the inverted commas. Now, when I say avg is equal to parse int of avg, What should be the data type at line number 23? Earlier it was string, now it has become number. But the problem is when I say console.log avg, once I do the console.log, is the decimal value is gone. Whenever we say %, it is going to convert into a pure number, I mean, a numeric number without a decimal here. Okay. Then how do I convert that guy to number? But still it should be like a decimal value. Then what should I go for? You have something called as parse float. When I say parse float, see what is going to happen? It is converted into number. But what is the value? It is still holding the decimal value, 34.56. Are we clear? Understood everyone? Difference between the parseInt and parse float? Okay. What if I say parse float of 55? 55.0. Okay, it is going to add the decimal value out there. Okay, this is what we call it as typecasting. Okay, I say where count equal to say something value like this. Now, if I say console.log count, what do you mean by this? What is the, I mean, what is the value of this guy? Come on, why it is number? It's just a value, it will come, right? If I say type of, then it is going to show it as a number, right? I come back and reload. This is the value and this has become number. How do I convert a number into a string? How do I convert a number into a string? There is nothing like parse string here. There is something called count equal to count dot to string method. ToString is one of the predefined method. You give any data, I will convert into string. Save this guy and reload this. It has become as string. Are we clear up to this? So this is what we call it as typecasting, or changing the data type of one variable into another variable. Again, you may ask me a question, guys. You may ask me a question, boss, at line number 17, you are taking 55 as a string. You are converting that into number. Now you are saying that it is number. If you really want it as a number, why don't you declare it as a number? Why you're putting it as a string? Again, converting into number. Valid question or not? If you really wanted a number, why don't you declare the direct number, boss? Why you're taking it as a string and converting? Again, the same question, guys. What if the data is been coming dynamically from the server, dynamically from the end user? We never know what type of data type it is. We for sure need to convert to number. Then we go with the parseInt or parseFloat or ToString methods. Are we clear? And there is a concept of dynamic typecasting also, guys. What do you mean by dynamic typecasting? Automatically converting the data type of one variable into another variable is called as dynamic typecasting. What do you mean by this? I say var a equal to 90. Now, when I say console.log type of a, okay. Now, when I come back here and when I reload it, what is the type of a here? It is number. Let me comment out this guy for now. Everybody knows what I mean by commenting, right? The code will be part of the application, but will not be executed. Now, when I reload it, it is a number. Now, I say a is equal to something called as Mr. Krish. Now, if I say, what is the data type of a? What is the data type? Did I converted the data type of a, or automatically system converted based on the value? Based on the value, JavaScript automatically converting the data type of a into something as per the value what it is holding. This is what we call it as dynamic typecasting. Okay. In the same way, I take the same variable. I say something called as true. What should be the data type of this guy now? It should be Boolean. Have I changed this? I am changing the value. Data type automatically JavaScript is deciding based on the value what you are holding. This is what we call it as dynamic typecasting, changing the data type of one variable into another data type based on the data what it is holding. Are we clear? Online students, are we good up to this? Not just good, guys. I want everyone to get expertise on each and every class. Today's class, are we expertise? Everyone. What happened to the first row? You're not even listening in the being in the first row. Mom, what happened? You're not expertise. Repeat it. Okay. So nothing, ma'am. What actually dynamic typecasting means? Here, when you come to this line number 16, it is a string. Now I want to convert this guy into number. Am I not manually using the method called as parseInt? We are manually using the method called as parseInt to forcefully change the data type of that guy into another data type, right? Right. Now, when I come to this line number 32, am I changing the data type of this value? No. At line number 32, this guy is a number. But when I am coming to line number 34, I am assigning a string. Internally, system is automatically changing the data type of A from number into string. This is what we call it as dynamic typecasting. Are we good, ma'am? Now your expertise. Very good. Everyone expertise, no questions. No questions, right? Very nice. So let's pause it for today, guys. Yes. Okay, we'll meet again back on tomorrow. Tomorrow, mostly I'll be expanding much more and I will be starting the control structures, guys. One of the very, very, very important concept of any of the programming language. So we will be covering that control structures. But before talking about the control structures, we'll be finish the packing. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be talking about the control structures. At the same time, student details, employee details. Right now we are taking only 2 variables and finding. What if like there are huge number of variables? How do you operate on this? All variables, how do you take it on the same example? We'll be having a look on this. Okay, have a good day. Bye for today.